What's good? What's good? I was just called the bootlicker, which is funny, really funny, because that's A, one of the common ad hominem attacks I will lob it at people. And then B, because I absolutely fucking hate the establishment. I hate the oligarchs. I hate the state. I hate the elitists. I hate the globalists. I hate all of those people. So how in the world am I a bootlicker? Well, because I think most people do not know. Most people who criticize capitalism don't even know what it is. And so somebody made a snarky comment on an Instagram post, and so I had replied. I said, do you even know what capitalism is, bro? Can you please provide a definition? And in response, they provided half of a definition. But then, so they said capitalism is the privatization of resources, which forces us into wage slavery, blah, 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 blah. How do those billionaires' leather boots tastes? And I'm like, okay, whatever, fuck you. But that's only half of a definition, and then it jumps from a definition into an assumed characterization or outcome of the falsely defined capitalism. What they're actually characterizing, where we're wage slaves to this fucking machine, is fascism, is statism, is neoliberalism, is, what else can we call it? There's other words, authoritarianism. This right now is not capitalism. And I wish people would just concede that point. You don't have to concede that capitalism is superior, but concede that we are currently not living in a capitalist society. I invited this person to do a chat on the channel. They probably won't because leftists are cowards. Sorry, I'm getting worked up. Let me get back on track. I often use home building as an example of how we're not a capitalist country because A, we have a fucking homelessness crisis and it's pretty much national, and B, we have a cost of living crisis which is connected to the housing crisis, and we have an employment crisis, so people, there just aren't good jobs. But you know what are good jobs? Building homes. Imagine if the bureaucracy and restrictions around building did not exist, around acquiring resources to build. You can't just buy land and build any type of home you want. You have to get so many permits and what else? Permits, licenses, you have to get inspections, and you can't even, so hempcrete, you can't just go build a hempcrete home on your land. Most cities will just say, nope, that's not an acceptable type of dwelling. You can't do it. How is this capitalism? Like, we have a fucking homelessness crisis, and the bureaucratic administrative strait in connection with the banking industry is fueling it. I'll use a personal example. I'm a licensed massage therapist. However, my birthday was like 2 months ago, and I did not renew my license because every year I have to pay $175 fucking dollars. That's not all I have to pay, but just to renew the piece of paper with the state, I have to pay $175. I didn't have the money, and I'm not practicing right now, so I just didn't pay it. So now I have to pay $250 just to get this little piece of paper to say that I can practice something that I've been doing for years, that I went to school for. Let's go further, because not just do I have to get this little piece of paper, but I also have to complete continuing education credits. So the state is mandating continuing education for me to pay $250 to get a little piece of paper. Don't get me wrong, continuing education is key for any professional. Any professional who takes their career seriously will want to continue to grow and develop. But when it is cost inhibitive and mandated by the state, that's not capitalism. I cannot just go give a massage right now for $100 and call it square without the fear of being a fucking criminal. That is a huge reason that I do not just do an under the table cash massage business, because I am so goddamn afraid of being freaking a criminal. Even though I know it's not technically immoral, I know it is criminal. And yeah, I probably am going to end up in jail at some point in my life, because the original title of this video was actually going to be 300 videos and I'm still here, bitches. Because I'm going to continue to speak up. That's the whole point of this channel. And I'm in a very paradoxical position, because I would love to have a broader reach and a larger audience. And I would love to be able to monetize this concept of having conversations like other podcasters do. However, the original title of this video is going to be connected to the fact that if I were to ever actually be audited by someone at YouTube and they went through my catalog, they would find numerous reasons to just ban me, to ban my channel. And so while I want a broader reach, were I to put the effort in to obtain the broader reach, it would bring enough attention to me that I would then lose the channel. And so all the work I know I could and should put into this is going to be gone. So I have this I know I need to be making content. I know I need to be speaking up. I need to be doing something, but YouTube isn't the right path, but it's here. I envy the people who fucking have podcasts. People who get to work from home and have these fantastic conversations with other people who are just passionate and honest and authentic. But chemtrails definitely are a thing. The pandemic definitely is a thing. The New World Order is definitely a thing. A lot of these things will get you canceled. So what am I to do? If I could stick to the very narrow lane of capitalism versus communism, which I think could happen on YouTube, that would be fine. But it is so hard to find communists to have conversations. All they do is just spout their little ad hominem attacks, and they engage in slander, they misrepresentation of ideas, outright lying. They're duplicitous people. Word of the day, duplicitous, duplicity. Look it up. Conniving, dishonest. Okay. Let's try and wrap this up. Because I had a good flow going. Capitalism. America's not a capitalist country. We are much closer to fascism than capitalism. And I just really, really wish people would stop. Just stop for 5 minutes before responding and think about their response. I wish people would just have conversations. I wish these commies weren't so indoctrinated, but they are. I'll end on this note, this quote. Think about this for a while. It is easier to fool a man than convince a man he has been fooled. Much love.